Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Taryn Tats. I'm back with a different video. You guys know that, yeah, as much as I love my movies, I also love my books too. And I went out today and just, kind of looking around, went to a Goodwill and, I was like, I still appreciate that, at least in my area, that the Goodwills, the the hardbacks are still $2.99 and the paperbacks are still $1.99. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, I went and picked up a few books today, and I'm surprised to see this many Stephen King books in a Goodwill. Usually like whenever a Goodwill gets Stephen King books in, they're snatched up pretty quick. So I was happy to pick these up, and I got a couple of Shel Silverstein books too. So I just wanted to show these off real quick, and I was like, yeah, as much as I love my movies, I love my books too. So what can I say? I love stories. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get into it. And yeah, these are a little bit, tiny bit of wear and tear, but they're still good enough. So and for $3, come on, you can't beat it. So first one I got Insomnia by Stephen King. Well, I got four Stephen King, two Shel Silverstein. So there, there. So yeah, so just so happy to have this, and you know, yeah. And I read this book already, and honestly, it's not my favorite Stephen King book, but it's I don't know. For me, it's kind of in the middle. It's like not the best book he's ever written, not the worst one either, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites of his. But still, I had some fun reading it. So there you go. So Insomnia, got that one. This one here, yeah, I mean, I went ahead and I got it, and it was only $3. But I do admit this is definitely one of my least favorite Stephen King books. I just, I have read it, and I just wasn't really blown away by it. But we have Revival. So I was like, ah, come on, I was like, for the collection, it was only $3. So there you go. In case you want to read all that, if you can. That's a lot of glare on there, but yeah, just what can I say? Just you know, even still, even though it's not my favorite of his, it's like I still want it for the collection and everything. So a Revival for $3, come on, hardback too, so can't beat that. So yeah, there is a little mark there, but aside from that, the rest of the book is actually in pretty good shape. So there we go. Listen here, this one actually was kind of the pick of the litter if you think about it. It's like, even though I know it's not widely regarded as King's best work, but still, yeah, I got from a Buick 8. This one is definitely, whenever I see books of his in like Goodwills and stuff like that, thrift stores, this is definitely one of the most common one of his books I see. And I've read it. I already have read it, and I thought it was interesting. Um, the idea, there's like this interdimension in the back of this Buick and all this stuff. I really am sad that we couldn't get the Toby Hooper adaptation that was promised years back. It's like when this book first came out, there was like, oh, this thing, it's already set up for a movie adaptation. There's talk about Toby Hooper is going to direct it and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, there are Buicks everywhere. So just so you know. So anyways, but the thing is, though, that really makes this interesting, though, that I thought was amazing about this one. Check this out. Okay, we got this, and then you open it up. Here we go. I'm not sure if this is common or like these just came with the books or however, but I got this with this book, and here you go. You got a little mini poster. There you go. Maybe somebody who's more well versed in books can educate me on this. Like, was this like a common thing? Like, did this just, when the book first came out, did this just come with it? But I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, kind of like a signed mini poster. It's like, okay. It's like, even if it's not, 100% authentic, I'll still take it, It's like, have fun with it. So, anyway, yeah. So, there you go. From Buick 8. And then the last, but not least, this one here is one of the Dark Tower books, and I have read this one too, and I thought it was actually a pretty good book, even though it's kind of a side book to the rest of the series, and that is, The Wind Through the Keyhole. a Dark Tower novel. And yeah, I remember enjoying this book and having a lot of fun with it. And it's like it's these different stories about stuff about like the gunslingers and everything else, and Roland is it's like it takes place kind of like in the middle of the series where, like Eddie, Susanna, Jake, Oi, and Roland, they're all on their way to the Dark Tower, and he's basically just telling them stories and talking about kind of days when like the gunslingers were in their kind of in their prime, I guess you could say, and everything else, and then stories about was it? I want to say was it Oz or I don't remember. It was a little while ago since I read it, but still, it was a good book. So anyway, so yeah, so for $3, why not? So yeah, so here we go. 4 Stephen King hardbacks, $12. I can't complain. So, and last up, we got these two here. I love Shel Silverstein's poems. I've read his books and stuff when I was a kid, and I love the poems and everything else. And I'm glad to get these two. $6 for both of these, and we have the 30th anniversary special edition of Where the Sidewalk Ends. The only downside is you got that sticker there. I gotta try to get that off, but other than that, though, I was like, no, yeah, Shel Silverstein, always loved his stories and everything. Used to read, all my years going to school and everything else, always read his poems and everything else. Like he's a lot of fun to read. So love. Ricky was L, but he's home with the flu. Lizzie R.O. had some homework to do. Mitchell E. probably got lost on the way, so I'm all of love that could make it today. So anyway. So we got that one, Where the Sidewalk Ends, and we have A Light in the Attic. So yeah, just really, really happy about this. And yeah. So yeah, really happy, and really nice additions too. Like I said, the only problem with this one's in really good shape. Just like I said, just gotta try to get that sticker off there. But other than that, yeah, it's really good. So there we go. So I think I did pretty good. For a total of $17.94, all 6 of these books. So I think I did pretty good. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video about that. It's like I still love talking about my movies and stuff, but I love books too, and I want to talk about them as well. So that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to the channel. And that's it, everybody. Take care, boils and ghouls. I'll see you all later. Bye.